This video is about Stan Gloss, an entrepreneur with dyslexia who co-founded and is CEO of BioTeam, multi-million-dollar company that creates supercomputers. So we're going to summarize this article from understood.org, great article. So Stan Gloss talked about his early years when he got identified with dyslexia. He was 9 years old. He was in third grade and he found he noticed the change from when he had to learn to read to switching to reading to learn. And reading to learn was really hard. So at school, he was called stupid and lazy and told to try harder and didn't get any help. But his mother researched it really hard in 1965 and found Dr. Charles Drake, and he got diagnosed then. Now, he had to find creative ways to learn at school. So he wanted to organize study groups. He organized these study groups so he could listen to learn from his friends rather than read to learn. And from what he learned there, he wrote his own study guides. He had to work 3 times as hard to get a C. He found he got his self-confidence from business. And at 11 years old, he started a snow shoveling enterprise. He would knock on doors in November before the snow fell and secure commitments from people. So there was no competition and he shoveled snow and made his money that way. In college, he was turned down by all of them because his SATs were too low. But his mum found a way around it. He got work in respiratory therapy with an associated university, and through that his grades were accepted and he got into graduate school. For him, it was a workaround, but he got to the graduate school when no one thought he could. He became a teacher at Winnipeg University, then started selling medical equipment and realized he was really good at it, and started working with a company researching computer systems for life sciences. And from that, with 3 other consultants, they started BioTeam as a company, and 14 years later it's a huge company doing really well. So when Stan Gloss was asked what did dyslexia do to help him as an entrepreneur, he said it was all centered around adversity and how he dealt with adversity. For example, he had to innovate to survive at school, which helped him with the struggles later on as an entrepreneur. Then there's the area of discomfort. Success is slim, and it's kind of like dyslexia, that failure is always present. And with his dyslexia, he struggled to read. And as a result, he failed more times than others did in a lifetime. By the time he left school, he had failed so many times, but it trained him to deal with life as an entrepreneur. What it trained him to do was to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's why we've got this picture of Stan Gloss in the snow, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. And when he's asked for advice, what advice he'd give to parents, Stan Gloss says, if your child has an idea, make a prototype immediately. Encourage them to get started rather than to get writing, and to take time to identify and look and see those strengths and praise them continually for those efforts. So I hope you found this summary of this understood.org's article helpful. It's a wonderful story of overcoming, of how Stan Gloss did workarounds by listening to read, by creating the study groups, by the business of creating the snow shoveling and adapting, becoming a teacher, selling, creating a company with other people and collaborating with them, and using the adversity that came from the dyslexia to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable and using innovation to survive. And his advice for parents to encourage their children to prototype their ideas immediately and to encourage their strengths to grow. Hope you enjoyed that. If you want to know more videos like this, go to mindmapstudio.com. Thank you.